Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome to Play It Painted Live. Hope you guys are having a fantastic Tuesday evening. And here we go with another one of these. So tonight we're on Zoom. So you can see I've got the more lightweight setup going right now. And we're going to get going. I'm just showing off a little bit of what I've been painting. I started up the next batch of Mythic Battles Pantheon. So this is our goddess. I have already forgotten her name, but she shoots a bow. And she's like Brave. She reminds me of Brave. But that's so that's her. We're working on her right now, and we got a few other pieces too that we're looking at. This is Snackman Trojan Guy, and I'm not sure why we lost our viewers. That was weird. We had people waiting in stream. They may be looking to join right now. This is some sort of spider sickle lady that we'll work on here in a little bit. And then we got Sisyphus. You guys, if you tuned in last night, you saw me prepping some of these guys. So he's basically done. I mean, there's not much to this guy, but it's fun to paint their perfectly ripped bodies. Like it's a fun thing to paint, like skill wise, to paint skin like that. So that can be very fun. I don't really need to do anything on this guy. I'll just put him there. And then a couple of other pieces that we're working on too. We've got this Norse guy he was actually, I didn't even know he was in the case, and then apparently he's a promo for the Ragnarok expansion, so that'll be fun when that comes out. And then we have this guy who is kind of like a centaur. He's like a Murica centaur. Like he is a really, really sort of swollenness centaur. All right. So anyways, we're going to do the week recap. I'm going to do a little bit of painting. I'm not sure if we're going to get a guest on. I was trying to arrange a guest for tonight. We'll see if he can make it. And if not, that's cool. You know, we'll still go over the week 2 stuff. So if you have any questions, comments, or threats, let me know in the chat, and I might do something about it. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so I guess let's start with this guy because he's like totally out of place, and we'll do a little bit of painting. Like I said, we will move over to the weekly recap soon, but right now, oops, I don't need to break out the super good brush. Why is this unable to connect to chat again? What is going on with chat in YouTube Studio? Someone wanna? Okay, looks like there's chat, but I don't see nobody has nobody has commented in the chat. But anyway, yeah, let's do a little bit of painting right now, and then we'll jump over to the recap. We'll head over to the Discord in a few. All right, so let's get into it. Hope you guys had a good day. It was a pretty busy day for me. Just doing work stuff and trying to get all this stuff going because I have I've got these other projects boiling up. Hey, what's up, Lucchesi? This is chat. What's going on, dude? You know, I last night I was supposed to tell a story about you and the early days of us playing 40K. And one of the funniest memories of those early days playing 40K in my parents' garage. I remember you played a game. You were playing a game once. Again, this was like during Rogue Trader days, or basically the end of Rogue Trader. I think this is actually a second edition game that you were playing, and I remember that you came up with this like suicide jet bike maneuver that involved I believe, now correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it involved like a tech priest and like strapping a haywire grenade to a jet bike and then kamikazing into into your opponent's dreadnought. I think that was the maneuver, and we weren't sure if it was legal, but because it was such a cool idea, we just let it fly. But that's like, we'll just say this, that yeah, the haywire grenade. Let's just say that the early days of 40K, we were a lot less stringent on rules, and it sounded cool, and we let it go. And the only person not happy in that moment was your opponent. But we were like, yeah, no, yeah, of course that's a real thing. You could totally do that. I mean, points for ingenuity. We didn't care as long as it just sounded cool. So we went ahead and ran with it. But you know, it's whatever. So I'll work on this guy. Also, I didn't have time to research your topic from yesterday, so I still need to do that at some point, and I probably will, just because why not? I don't know. But as for right now, we're gonna paint up some of this this Viking guy because he's cool. We had to paint his hair red in honor of our Norse buddy, Dicey Guy, who is our YouTube Viking friend, I guess. Now let's get some more colors on this guy. But these should go pretty quick from here. Just painting. I mean, Vikings are a lot of brown. That's the one thing that you just accept if you're going to be painting Vikings. Get ready to paint a lot of brown. So we're just going to do all brown up in here like this. Okay. And then we're going to do, oops, I want to go back and do a little bit more dark brown. So these little guys, these little dudes from Mythic Battles, they get pretty basic paint jobs, right? Because there's so many pieces that I will not be able to do like crazy nice paint jobs for everything. But you know, it's gonna look cool when it's all together. I don't even know if this is playable in Mythic Battles Pantheon. I think it was really just meant to be more of a promo piece. But hey, like I said, we paint first, we ask questions later. So this is going to go down, and it's going to be pretty simple. No worries. Just wanted to hear your opinions at some point, both knowing the key points after the fact and keeping the timeline in mind. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know nothing about this particular story, so So, you know, my opinions will pretty much always be bad. And then, and then it's just a matter of picking those moments when it is valid and good, and then you're good to go there. But I appreciate your patience. Yeah, like have I used every brown I have on this guy? A lot of brown. A lot of brown. We'll keep going. But I want to go through this stuff pretty quick because I want to get to the recap, you know, and have a good amount of time on the recap because there's a lot to cover. You know, everybody's been super busy with their projects. I'm super always encouraged and inspired by what everybody else is working on. So yeah, I'm a fan. I like it. I keep having to switch back to other colors that are done. Lots of spots, lots of blank spots. You'd be surprised on this little silly little miniature here. All right. Let's do a little bit of, I kind of want to get this rim around here. You know what, let's just paint that let's just paint this dark right here because it's just to break it up. It looks a little silly with it just being a big wooden block right there. This looks a little bit better. And then a little bit of a highlight, and then we're good to go. So here we are. All right. And like I said, we may have some guests tonight. Just to comment on some of this weekly stuff. Okay. Oop. Okay. And then just a little edge highlight. This stuff should go pretty quick. After this, the Mythic Battles Pantheon stuff is very, very close to being completed, which is good because I have a lot of other projects coming in. So I need to get a move on this. Call it a day. Oops. Yeah, this thing is just about done. There's a little color there. A little shadow here. There we go. Just adding a little bit extra shadow to the helmet. Helmet's looking a little too plain, right? Okay, cool. And then a teeny tiny little highlight here. So if you're just joining us, welcome to Play It Painted Live. Let us know what you're painting and what you should be painting tonight. More Mythic Battles Pantheon and week 2 coming up. All right, 2 down. Time to paint Murica. He's just Murica the Centaur. Why is he Murica the Centaur? Because he has blades and weapons everywhere and skulls and all kinds of just weird stuff on his body. I mean, he's pretty Murica. We're going to give him, he's got kind of a leather barding thing back here. I got to be honest with you, I do not understand this miniature. I don't really get him. That said, I'm getting to this point where it's like I'm addicted to filling up these trays now. Filling up a tray of painted miniatures for this game is awesome. And so I'm really digging it. Look at how like Murica this guy is. He's got no shirt on, but he has this skull harness. That's pretty Murica right there. Then he has a goat's helmet. Then he has skulls across his waist right there. This guy is pretty damn Murica. It's funny though, I mean, as composite a miniature as this is, oh, those aren't even blades, those are tusks. That's so funny. Well, no, they're both tusks. That's super funny to me. Okay. He's like, he has actually no metal on him. He's just got tusks on him. That's pretty awesome. So he's really fighting like full nature mode here. But we'll power through this stuff pretty quick, right? Because we want to get to the recap. But I want to give some people some time to see if they'll show up. And if they don't show up, we just go. All right. Wait. Gonna do this. He's got a sling with like a rock on it. And then these are literally tusks. I did not know that. Super funny. Okay, let's get this. What was the question of the day? Well, the question of the day is actually the recap. We're supposed to recap how are we doing on the project, what's our status, that kind of thing. I like to do the recap. I like to do is for our whole community, the Play It Painted Discord, and just because not all of us have YouTubes, and we're not. The other folks that don't have YouTube are not updating anywhere besides the Discord. So how are we doing? Well, I believe, and I haven't taken physical count, but I believe I am about 15 models away from completing what I have pledged for the challenge, which means if I just painted a model a day for the rest of the challenge and I only had to work on Mythic Battles Pantheon, that I would still be able to complete the challenge. But as I just pointed out, I have other projects coming in that I want to work on. So I am going to try to really kind of power through this last leg of Mythic Battles Pantheon, get that completed. And then we're in bonus rounds, people, and we can literally craft our own destiny from there. So we'll see. So Murica is coming along here. I like that. In this challenge, we've had a few guests on the stream here, and I'm looking forward to having some more on, because that's one of my favorite parts of doing all of these video uploads is it encourages people. It gives people lots of chances to hop on stream with me or something like that, right? So this guy's literally fighting with. He like ripped the tusks off of something and he's fighting with it, which is kind of cool, right? So I am well on track to completing my challenge on time. And then I'll be into bonus rounds soon. Yeah, like it's not much to do on this guy. He's pretty damn near done. It's weird, like this external spine here is weird. It looks almost like they deliberately sewed him up together like that. But he's pretty cool. All right, moving along, let's go. All right, so Murica is done, still rocking. We got this guy here, Snickmans, and he is actually fairly close to being done. We're just gonna give him some color shift armor. This is just a matter of me picking the color I want to include. Oh, I like the that bright, the green gold. It just looks so good against this like darker iron background. It's really nice. But we're ripping through these pretty quick. I'll get down to like the last miniature that I'm trying to paint today. And then yeah, we'll let her rip. I'm also kind of giving some more folks the chance to hop in the viewer side so that they can see their projects go by and whatnot. So we're getting that green in here. Give him a little shiny on his. He's got a little shiny going, Mr. Javelin guy. Let him go. Really not much to do left to do on this guy. Right. Okay. And I don't think I'm going to give him a red comb. We're going to give him, let's give him a, I guess we'll give him a green comb. Like not necessarily that bright of a comb, but green, it looks correct. Looks like what we want to do here. A little bit of that color shift effect there. Yeah, I like the green. Green works well here. Okay. Do a couple more things here. You said we're moving pretty quick. I guess we can decide tomorrow night if I should take another break and do some Batman just to keep it broken up, or if you guys want me to keep moving. I guess a part of that too is I can show you what the next batch of Mythic Battles is going to look like. It's going to be, it will definitely involve a SNEC of some sort, because there's still plenty of SNEC models to paint in Pandora's box. And it will also definitely involve goddesses. So we'll have some goddesses that we can play around with. And the goddess sculpts are my favorite sculpts in Mythic Battles. They're just great. They're super fun to play with their skin and all that. And they're just fantastic sculpts. All right. Let me get, I want like a pale yellow color would be great right here. See if I can find one. That's a pretty pale yellow color. I kind of went for this. So I'm going to have to be more creative with the SNEC technique or the SNEC patterns. This pattern here is kind of, I want to say it's kind of like a generic adder pattern. Just brighten up his belly scales a little bit. So he's pretty drab miniature when it comes down to it. You know, nothing too fancy to write about. Okay. All right. Wow, he's done. All right, still going. Okay, we're off to the fun stuff. This model is super fun. I really like her. She's got the webbing on her body, and there's honestly not too much left to do on her. But I want to get some like bright colors on her. I want to get some nice looking like highlight colors and that kind of stuff on her. Her skin is done. Her arms need some work. And she is a very, very fun miniature. What do you think these hairs on her back, what color should the hairs on her abdomen be? Let me know if you have a thought. And we're going to start blending in some colors here in the arms. Ooh, I messed up. Hold on. Sometimes I'm talking and my brush is moving, and my hand just moves funny. Like my hand will slip and then boom, I got a problem like this. All right. And I'll wipe that actually. Let's just do that. There, you can't even tell I made a mistake there. It's fine. This is one of those models that you see in the metal tray and you're like, man, that thing looks stupid. Then you start painting it and you're like, No, it's actually kind of cool. Like I really like the design of the miniatures. Yeah, it is. The sculpt is super 2D, but I'm not, that's not the end of the world for me. It actually does look quite fun. And you can blend in a lot of colors, a lot of different colors on this. Starting with a darker carapace like what I've done. All right. So again, more highlights. Okay. And then when we get down to working on Miss Brave, I'm gonna take a quick break. Well, not that quick. We're actually gonna detour back over to the Discord, and we're gonna talk about the this week's progress. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. And okay. Let's get some greens going. We think greens or purples? Purples might be kind of cool. Maybe we do like some pinkish purplish shading around the joints here, like this, right? Just to give it a little bit more interest, right? Boop. So I'm just gonna blend those really quick. It's kind of a nice quick way to use contrast paint. Just use it as just like the easiest little highlight ever, right? And you want this color in there pretty subtle, so you can't tell that you're looking at it until, like, you can't consciously say how much that purplish is in there, but it's in there because you see it. You'll see it in different parts of the model here, right? So it's there. It's just a matter of kind of figuring out where it was put. So I'm doing kind of a quick brush blend on these where I put them down, then I put the color down where I want it, and then I take then I just dampen my brush and feather it out, right? And it just prevents stuff like that where I've just like left a little purple spot there that does not look natural at all. But we'll use it here on those. And then, like I said, damp brush, feather this out, right? You just don't want hard lines, and you want the color to kind of blend, right? Cool. All right. And then now for the hairs, I want to go a different color. I may want to go with like a bright green color to really just give this model another dimension of being a strange model. Yeah, I just think the green will look really good here. Since she has green hair anyways, and I'm, I tend to think like poison, that kind of thing. Do you ever worry about certain subject color combinations that remind me too much of a 40K or another common look? Not. Yeah, I think fortunately with the stuff that I paint, it's far enough away, removed from 40K that doesn't happen. I could see if I was painting for some of these other war games that could happen. Like if I painted lots of Infinity, I might end up with something that looks a little too 40K for my taste. But like that Centaur guy, the guy that I just painted with all the bone and skulls and stuff on him, he could be a little reminiscent of like a GW miniature, but in his case, it doesn't. I don't think that really bothers me. It makes him a little uninspiring to paint if if I'm thinking about. Okay. How are we doing?
Oh, hi, baby.
Hey, what's up, dude? I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me? You should be able to hear me. All right, so let's go.
No.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked in the sunroom.
Yeah.
Hey guys,
Just help sitting on the couch in the sunroom.
let me send him a note because we can hear you. You're live. You're live, man.
You don't want to open this window?
No, I'm good.
It's so hot. Ew. Oh, okay.
I miss.
Oh, it kind of fly.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
Oh.
All right, so we can hear Warboss Tay. I don't think he hears us yet, so
Ben,
What's up?
I don't know.
it's a mess in here.
We'll see.
This is not.
I don't think he realizes that we're alive. Anyway.
Oh, there we go. I can hear you now.
Okay. You can hear me now? Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I had the sound going through my Yeti.
Okay.
My
no
microphone,
problem.
but I've also got AirPods in, so just trying to get everything all put together.
Yeah, it's okay. It's always you messaged me at like actually the most perfect time because I got disconnected right before you messaged me.
I think so.
And then
I clicked on your link and then it said the link expired or was dead. And I was like, oh, that's weird.
yeah. So anyways, how's it going, man?
It's good, man. How are you?
Ah, good. Other than that glitch, I think we're good.
Cool.
So I was just doing a little bit of painting before you hopped on, wrapping up some Mythic Battles, Pantheon. This is like the next batch of things. And I figured
I didn't realize that box had so many minis in it.
Yeah. Well, I'm doing 2 boxes, the core box and then the largest expansion. And it's, I don't remember the rough count. It's like 110 or 120 minis or something like that.
Wow.
So, but we're doing great. We're well on schedule.
Yeah.
So we're cranking away at these things. But so yeah, this is your first time on our channel here. So for our viewers here, why don't you give yourself a little introduction and let us know about how you started the July painting challenge.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm Warboss Tay. I've been painting for many years, and I started on YouTube right at around 2010. I have to fact check that by going to my very first video upload. And I started posting because I wanted to keep track of my progress as a painter. Because back then, YouTube was a barren wasteland and nobody wanted to help you at the local game store. So when I was trying to figure out how to paint the miniatures that I had, I found YouTube as a resource because Girl Painting and I think some other rogue painters were trying to keep track of their paint schemes and track their progress on YouTube. And it was the Wild West, man. Back then, there was no one who was doing tutorials. There was nobody really out there that had that in mind. So I thought, well, maybe I'll just keep track of what I'm doing. I had no intention to do tutorials or anything like that. I just wanted to keep a log of what I was painting and what I had in my collection. So maybe later I could look back at them. And then eventually that turned into, why don't I try to paint on camera and see if I can replicate the White Dwarf and Warhammer minis that I was buying, the box art, but I wanted to do it in a way that was achievable. So pretty high tabletop standard in my opinion, but also something that you don't need to be an art major to learn about color theory and light and everything. Like you could just pick up a brush and a couple of colors. I wanted to make it easy and accessible so that anybody who was interested in replicating box art or a miniature that you see in the magazine could give it a go and come up with a pretty close approximation with a lot less of the effort that the White Dwarf and the heavy metal teams were doing, which was almost like 3D art, creating art in miniature form.
Mm-hmm. So like painting for mortals.
Yeah, pretty much painting for the every man. Yeah.
That was a segment on somebody's channel. I forget. There was a gaming channel that had a segment called Painting for Mortals, where he just taught basic, like, here's how to base coat, here's how to dry brush, here's how to do your highlight and that kind of thing. It was cool. I hope. Yeah. I think that channel is long gone. But so you've been on YouTube for a while, and then what year did you start the painting challenge? And was it always in July?
It wasn't always in July. It started in July because at the time I was involved in teaching, or I had something going on during the school year. So my summer months were open, and I thought I've got this chunk of time. I know I have miniatures in my collection I want to paint up. Can I focus and start a project and finish it in a time frame where I could track my progress? It also helps me to forward plan, because if I knew I only had 31 days to get a new box of miniatures from the sprue to a finished paint job, then I would need to plot out pretty meticulously how far I would need to go every week, and then from that, how far I would need to go every day. So I thought, well, when is this window of time that I could do it? And the school is still in session through June. School is getting back in session at the end of August. I thought July is perfect. It was also my birthday month, so I really, at the time when I started it, I didn't have too much going on that I could devote that time. And I thought, it could be any time you want, because for me, for my schedule, that worked. So
Yeah.
July then. And then the next year, it was like, well, okay, that's not going to work. Let me move it to August. So it became the Warboss Tay August painting challenge. And then it moved to June. And then it moved to, I think, 2018 or 17. It just take the whole year whenever you want. Just find 31 days that works for you, because that's what I did. I made it work for me. And I figure I don't want to make it an arbitrary thing that if you don't do it in the same window of time that I do it, then you can't participate. It
Yeah.
should be for everybody,
Like game over. Go away. You can't continue your challenge now.
Yeah, I know. Oh, you can't commit the exact same
Yeah.
amount of time I can. Your life isn't compatible with my life. Then no, you can't participate. Then take my ball and go somewhere else. No, I want to make it. I called it the July painting challenge because I wanted it to have a month, or just a frame that people could think, oh, that makes sense. July, it's a month. It's a chunk of time that has a beginning and an end. But for anybody who wants to participate, it could. I say this all the time. I want you to make it work for you, because the challenge, it's no fun if you set yourself a goal that going into it, well, this is a kind of weird time for me. I'm not going to be able to commit as much as if, say, I was to do it in March or April. Then
Right.
I would say, no, then make it work for you. Find those 31 days when you'll be able to sit down, even if it's just taking out a single paintbrush and a single color and doing one thing.
Yeah.
Getting at the end of, I talked to Marcia about this today on voice chat in the Discord. We said, nobody's going to come to your house and take your miniatures if you don't finish. You have whatever you do in that 31-day block of time, that's yours. That's the progress that you maybe would not have made if you didn't start 31 days ago. So you don't meet your goal, then that's fine. You still are so much farther than you would have been if you didn't start at all.
Well, yeah, and no matter how you've changed the structure over the years, the challenge has always had kind of the two main components that make it work, right? Which is it forces hobbyists to actually do things that we normally don't look at doing, which is goal setting and a little bit of planning.
Right.
And you're not trying to make it like work, but just a little bit of forethought and a little bit of planning. They can really start to feel productive. They can start to feel like they're accomplishing their goals. And then the other part of it really is the community aspect, which has been huge for I would say all of the participants, to be encouraged by watching other people tackle their projects, keeping up on other people's updates. There's a lot of camaraderie that comes from this, and I know I was telling you the other day that like 2/3 of the hobby channels I watch, I've subbed to by finding them taking part in the challenge. So
that's fantastic.
It's there's just so many positives to taking part in community challenges, and I never understood that at first, because I've been painting for a long time, and there would be people that wanted to do that did like these mini challenges on message forums or that kind of thing before YouTube. And I never participated in those. I'm like, what? I know I can finish my projects. It doesn't matter, right? I would say that there are benefits to everybody. I guess what I'm saying is, like, even I consider myself to be a very productive painter anyway.
Oh yeah.
So that may not be the main benefit for me. The main benefit for me is more about the camaraderie, the sense of community with the other participants, and just being able to find these new smaller YouTube channels that I've become like just a huge fan of, and just the friendships that were made
Sure. Yeah.
as a
Yeah.
result of this. I can name at least 5 or 6 guys that I've been friends with over the years, even while you were not actively hosting the challenge,
Mhm.
because you took some time off. But we as a community, we were all still pretty much following up with one another. We were
Yeah.
not uploading as often maybe as we did in years past, but you coming back has kind of reignited all of that, and so it's re-energized the painting community, and so everybody's really excited that you're back, and we're ready to go at these projects. So
Well, I think you touched
um,
on a really great point in that everybody who takes part like actively, not just watching other people doing it, but if you're taking part in the challenge, you're saying this is what I'm going to do. You're posting maybe not videos, but if you're posting pictures on the Discords, then you're engaging with a greater community all over the world, and everyone's encouraging each other to hit those goals and reach their finish line. And you might not have that if you're just doing an individual painting thing, or if you're just working on your own. You might join some forums, or you might post something on YouTube. But having everybody in the same boat, rowing towards the same goal, everybody has that finish line. And even if you take time off and you don't do you don't have your end goal at the end of July, but wherever your end goal is, if you know that you're in the same community, group of people that are all actively working to hit their goals, then I think it's a great positive psychological reinforcement for you to work.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and if you're just really great at producing like you are, and you're really productive and efficient, then I think, yeah, definitely the community aspect of finding people who maybe they've never posted before on YouTube, and maybe
Mhm.
they just watched videos and they followed along, but if they start to try to do something and maybe they don't know a certain technique or they want advice, and you're able to reach out to them, that sense of community, that we're the ones who've been doing it and the ones who have the knowledge can help other people and can elevate other people, so that we're all being enriched in our hobby. It makes it so that we're not just working in our garage or in our bedroom or at the kitchen table. Like, we're a part of this greater machine, and everyone's
Yeah.
working together.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
yeah, that's the best part of this challenge.
And so, extending that out a little bit to this year, we were so locally, we have a fairly active community around our LGS, and it's we have our Play It Painted Discord that
Hmm.
we interact with one another. So it was a lot of fun this year to kind of, basically to invite all of those folks in as well,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
have them participate. Most of them are not YouTubers. We have at least one painter who this is her first. She's only been painting, I want to say, like a couple of months, and so
Wow.
she jumped into this challenge, kind of sight unseen, and she's been posting her progress. I'll show you that in a little bit.
Yeah.
We can go over that, but for the locals down here, it's been a lot of fun already. People are answering the questions of the day, and you'll see those, like that, like I said, they're not YouTubers, but they're putting up their answers in the
Yeah.
Discord. Some of them are putting them on our Facebook group, which unfortunately that's a little bit harder to share. But
Right. Right. Right.
yeah, it's been great. I'm yeah,
Well,
I'm doing other stuff this year too. Like I've introduced oil painting to the repertoire, and I'm pushing what I can learn there.
yeah.
Um, and just trying out new things. So this has been awesome.
Well, that's
Um,
terrific. And you know what? If when I first started painting again back in 2010, if this had come along, there was no way I would have joined in. I would have been like too fresh and too new, and I might have watched the videos, I might have followed along. But yeah, you don't have to be an active person posting all the time. I love that people can just write their answers in your Discord, or you have
mhm.
a group you have a community that is able to interact because you're all local to each other, and you can have that same experience that we're all having on a global scale. But it's
Yeah.
close. You've got the Facebook, you've got your Discord, and you can all, and you see each other. That's the best part. You guys see each
Right.
other as well. So
And alternately, you know, I've challenged the locals too to join your Discord so that they can get in touch with these other hobbyists and these other creators, just to broaden their horizons as well, and really get a feel for what everybody else is doing in this challenge. Because like I said, it's pretty much been all positives, and it's just I can't express how happy I am to be back into this. We talk about, like I said, Dicey and I, we talk about this in years past when you were away, and we just kind of, oh, there's no painting challenges here. What a bummer. And we just kind of look at each other and shrug. So it's super nice to be back. Dicey was streaming a little earlier today with David Moffat. That was super fun. So there's just so much.
I saw that. Yeah, that was really fun.
There's just so much activity going on, and it's great that that we have this umbrella, this we'll call it like a sandbox where we can all come together, and you can witness all of this stuff going on at the same time. So
yeah, it's just great.
I'm just gonna put a little bit of this color shift paint on her here, so, and then we'll jump into it. These are so fun. I had to move the camera around because I'm not used to painting miniatures quite this big for the god characters. But all right, let me just get this on, and then we'll jump on Discord here in a minute. Yeah, questions of the day, always super fun.
I was thinking when I was when I created that, it really was like, what can I do to get more people engaged? And I was just like messing around, like, what are some things that I would love to know about these people that I follow that said they want to join the challenge. I think I did the daily questions the second year, and I remember thinking like, oh, I want to just start asking all these just weird, random, some fun questions just to see what they say. Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, here we go. So do you want to start in your Discord or the Play It Painted Discord? Let me see.
Yeah, I'm not sure. How's this going to work?
Okay, so you're in this call, so you can see everything live here. I just need to find, I guess I'm trying to remember what screen I'm in. I guess this is screen 1. So let's do that. We might get a little bit of that Inception thing here for a second. Oh, it's not too bad.
Cool.
So then that was my son when he was 1. Hey, what's up, Sean? Welcome to the feed. So yeah, right now I'm in the Play It Painted Discord. So I'll just browse around and we can go through it together.
That's terrific.
We can start here, or we could start over on the War Boss Tay one.
Yeah, no, let's start with yours. I want to see what your community is doing.
Okay, great. So this is, I guess this was actually, this feed here was kind of an earlier feed. I think we went, a lot of this is week 1 stuff. Mm-hmm. So you could see, so Zana 15, she's who I was telling you about. She's a very new painter. This was one of the first models she's ever painted and participated in a local event. So this was a beholder painting event. So we all got these limited edition WizKid beholders, and like this is one of the very first models she's ever painted. So I mean that's wow. Like, I don't know if you can see that, right?
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, like I mean the first miniature I ever painted, that I would be very embarrassed to see that.
Yeah, I think I'm looking at some of the orcs that I first painted, and they don't look anything like that. They're real bad.
Here's Darth Torlin. This is the start of his project. So Gaslands is what he's working on, and we'll see a lot more Gaslands updates from him. Very fun.
Great.
This is Gorthmorg. Now, this Gorthmorg is few people know this, but Play It Painted is actually more than one painter. It's more than just me. Gorthmorg is actually the other. I call him the less famous, more talented painter from our team, and he does commission painting as well. He's a longtime buddy of mine, and we've been doing the Play It Painted brand of commission painting for a while. He's working on this Viking warband for Saga, and that's his warlord in the center there. When we jump into the week 2 progress, we're gonna see a lot more of that getting worked on.
Okay.
This was one of our newer participants. He stumbled onto my YouTube channel less than a week ago. And he is, look at, like, this guy is like in full blown production mode. His name is Eddie.
Wow.
He's actually a little more local to you. He's in the Northern California area.
Okay.
And so I don't even know how to describe this.
How many figures are those?
Yeah, I think he said 128.
Jeez.
He built, 179 models built.
Oh my God.
Wow. That's quite an operation.
Yeah,
So he's got all of his models, like, he's got them all on pegs so that he could just paint them. Like, that's serious mass production style.
Yeah. But that's
Wow.
like that's going at it with a plan. That's not just sitting around waiting for the muse of inspiration to strike. That is like, I'm going to go in. I know exactly how I'm going to do it. And he's going to get it done. So that's machine efficiency right there.
Like, I cannot, as much as I crank out in a year, this would kill me psychologically. It's true. I mean, yes, I paint a lot, but I cannot psychologically. I could not look at that pile of miniatures and go, "Oh, I'm going to go at that." So, like, we'll see. I go at it a tray at a time and go, "Okay, I get to put more painted miniatures back in the tray." So I've got my own, like, everybody kind of has their little tricks to survive this. That would just kill me. Like, that's a brave man.
I'm having flashbacks to my Death Corps of Krieg project, which is just like a bin of unpainted miniatures that look just like that. It's all waiting, and I'm like looking at it like, oh man.
All right, so let's move over to. So these are daily questions in there. This is a model that I guess I was the last person to answer.
Yeah, that's your Guild Ball guy.
This Facebook tags this as me.
I know. When I heard that, I laughed so hard. I was like, that is hilarious.
So that's my miniature. This is Gorthmorg's miniature, and he did this on Hero Forge.
I love Hero Forge. Yes.
And so he's actually he's in the Navy. Okay. So this makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
He's a peaceful man, though. Don't let all the weapons scare you. He's a generally peaceful guy. The boombox, that's pretty accurate. For his actual his nickname for us for like 10 years now has been El Guapo. So we call him El Guapo. We didn't, I guess, not too many like photo answers here in the questions. So let's move over to some updates real quick. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna back up a little bit to get to the week 2 stuff. This is where, so let's see, I think this was the end of week 1 right there. So here's more of the warband. So faces and armor starting to come in, and we'll catch up. This is another local, Kevin, who's working on a Thousand Suns chapter. Yeah. So you've got some Rubric Marines there. This is, I think, is that the Ahriman?
It looks like Ahriman,
sculpt? Yeah. And he's just doing some really awesome painting. I'm sure we'll see more in the gallery. More updates on Saga. Very fun. I miss Saga. I want to play it again, but I don't really feel like painting a new army for it. And then I post these, so you start to see the tray of miniatures. This is really motivation for me, right? You start with one area of the tray, you put them back, and you're like, okay, that's painted. Okay, keep going. And we'll start to see that fill up over time.
Yeah.
So Zaina is working on, I don't know if I'm saying that right. Is she in the chat? I don't see her. She's working on a game called Journey.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever heard of that. It's
Minotaurs?
got like Oni. Yeah. She's got like some Minotaur Beastman warriors.
Oh, okay.
So some Beastmen. What's it called? Journey something of Fate. I totally forget, but I know it's got like Oni and that kind of stuff in it. Very
Yeah,
cool
okay.
looking board game. Here's more. So Gorthmore starting to fill out that warband.
Got the bases going.
Yeah. He's waiting for I think transfers to put on those shields. Nice
Right,
looking
okay.
Viking crew there. Vikings are super fun in that game too. And then it looks like we got a wash step in there.
Mm-hmm.
She's washing her beastmen. They're starting to look more green. That's super fun. All right, let's jump over to the gallery because I know we've got more people. I haven't Darth Torlin hasn't posted his update in a while, but I know he's been streaming. But so here's Darth Torlin's still doing more body work. So
Yeah.
he's got
Cool.
some magnets set up so that he can switch armaments, and then he put extra armor plating on these.
Nice.
Gaslands is just such a fun game from the the kit out point of view, the kit bash stuff, and the fact that you're just starting with Hot Wheels is great.
Yeah.
It's a great premise for a game. This is a so I work with a local miniature maker, and he 3D prints miniature models, and so he's making all of these Mandalorian pieces,
cool.
and then he's got like a Guild Ball, like a bikini Guild Ball player there. I think we're getting more of these.
Okay.
And then more Mandalorian stuff. So
nice.
Every now and then you'll just see me throw in a Mandalorian that I painted because I paint a lot of those for him.
Okay. Yeah.
Here's some more photos of that, of the Mandalorian stuff. This is an actual character from the cartoon, I think. Her name is, I want to say Bo-Katan or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So these are all pieces that he produces.
Yeah, that's great.
Fantasy World Games. This is Blade Wolf. He's a frequent collaborator on Stream. He'll hop on and we'll do like some conversations on stream. He's working on, this is a game called Shadows of Brimstone Forbidden Fortress. And it's one of my favorite board games to play. Shadows of Brimstone, the original game, is like a Weird West. So Wild West meets Call of Cthulhu type game.
Yeah.
And the Forbidden Fortress is the Japanese analog to that game.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
This is a game that my son and I have been playing a lot since the lockdown. Like we play a ton of this game. Super fun. So he's got an Oni there. Here's a Plague Marine.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like the bright color on that. More Mythic Battles Pantheon, because I just overload us with that. These were fun. More Mythic Battles.
Oof, yeah.
It's just so much. I took a break and did some Batman. Whoa. So Batman 3rd edition came out, and I absolutely adore that game. So I want to play more Batman. And of course, you got it. See, we just fit another Mandalorian in there. They're just going to show up. And then here's more of the stuff that I did last night.
Yeah, that's great, man. Fill up the trays.
Oh, these are so fun. These were the way I break out these projects is I always start with my least favorite sculpts and I work my way towards my favorite sculpt.
Yeah,
so by the time I'm finishing, by the time you're finishing the project, you're having the most fun. And you also have the most experience working with that miniature range, right? You're now used to, oh, okay, this is the clarity to detail. This is how rigid the models are. And so you get better basically as you learn a miniature range. And then this last one here is So here's one completed tray. It's just I know you know this feeling, but it's the most satisfying feeling.
I'm thinking of when you first showed the tray and only a couple of them were painted. Most of the gods and that worm at the bottom weren't painted. And then seeing this is like, yeah, it's like a shot of dopamine. It's like your brain rewards you when you see everything that you did, and you don't even have to remember all the ups and downs, but just seeing it completed is like such a good feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this tray is done. So far I've completed 3 trays, and there's kind of 1.5 trays left for the challenge.
Amazing.
Okay, and then just some comments there. Thanks, guys, for the comments. I think that's what we've got so far on the Play It Painted Discord. But thanks everyone for sharing. Sean, I would encourage you to send more minis, because Sean will share these. He'll share other minis in chat and that kind of thing. So I'm just gonna prod him. He's in the chat. It's okay, buddy. Put him in here. It's fine. We like it. Anyway, let's move over to the Warboss Tay Discord. And again, for you locals here, please come join this Discord, because this is really where you can see so many other projects, such a wide variety of projects. And you guys watch me on YouTube, you should definitely be watching Warboss Tay, and watch all the other guys that we hang out with, like Dicey and Justin Borges. I don't know. We could probably spend the rest of this hour recommending channels.
I remember a couple years ago, I realized when I had so many people putting videos, I realized there's not enough time in the day for me to watch and paint and live a life where I'm not just sitting in front of my YouTube watching hour-long streams and catching up with everybody. And it's like, that's an amazing feeling though, because everybody's posting. Everybody's feeling like they want to share what they're doing and what they learned and what the daily question is, and it's a great feeling.
I know in challenges past that you would keep up with. It seemed like you were keeping up with every single video, and I was like, "How is he doing that?" No, really. Yeah. It's like I'd see you in the chat for like all of the videos, and I was like, "How are you doing that?" And running your own challenge, and doing question of the day, and all of the other things that needs to happen to keep this machine running. I was always like crazy impressed by that. But just the fact I just
had a lot more free time. I would just have a YouTube video going while I'm doing something else, and then at the end, or you have a YouTube video going in the background, or you'll see something like when Victor Erickson shared his Gregorian chant death metal, that pops out to me. So at the end of the video, I'll throw that comment in. But sometimes I might not even be able to watch or look at it, but I'll have it in my ear and I'll be playing it and listening, and I'll take a look at it and see what they're painting. And it's hard work, but I mean that's what running one of these challenges is so rewarding, but it's also so draining, because you're like, oh, so many people, so many projects going on. That's why it's like I want to set you off on the races and just let you go as far as you can. Don't worry about me. Don't look back. Just keep going.
There was like if you could design a bot that just leaves it up on your video monitor all day long. It's just this endless playlist of everybody's videos. But here, so for the locals, for the folks that are not part of this Discord, this area here is probably the coolest area to hang out with to start, because this is where you're going to find all those cool channels that we were talking about. So the other YouTubers are they're regularly posting their updates. I should also say Twitch streamers as well, because Darth Torlin does both. Right. I need to do more Twitch, but I'm lazy. But yeah, so we got War Tiger, for example. Like, those pirates look cool. So I'm like, when you see stuff like this, you're like, okay, I'm in. I want to see this project completed. Like, I want to see where they go with that. And so another War Tiger, looks like dwarves there. Jamjar 34, who's just awesome. Like, big fan of him and his channel from like 3-4 years ago when he started in the challenge. And then you got Dicey, our very own YouTube Viking, who is working on He's working on a Warcry warband that he's featured you in that warband.
Yeah,
you're
I saw my model. I'm so happy. I love it. I actually seeing him. I'm telling you, seeing him and David Moffat today doing their stream together. I felt like
Yeah.
I felt like a proud parent. I felt like a father watching his two little kids growing up and making themselves successes. I was like, wow, this is so cool. They got together and they're working together.
Yeah, and David Moffat's awesome too. We were talking about, one of the things that we were talking about during that stream was like he streams a lot of times. He streams the same time I'm on, so I was like, well, why don't we just do what you're doing right now? Why don't we just do a co-stream? So we're going to try to set that up in the near future as well.
That'd be great.
So that should be a lot of fun.
He's great. I enjoy his streams a lot. I've got them playing when I'm working on stuff. Like all of you guys that do these long streams, they're kind of like long form where I can see where you start and at the end of an hour see how much you're able to get done. Like that really motivates me. That's I'm sitting in the chair right with you and I'm working, and I might not be looking at what you've got going on all the time, but hearing you guys working through your process, it's really, really encouraging. And I think it is for a lot of people who watch maybe our kind of formats over the quick, the 5-minute tutorials, how do you paint a Space Marine, and then they fast forward through every single step. I think seeing step by step, this is real time. We take you from beginning to end, so you can see how long it's going to take you realistically. We're not going to skip any steps. Like you're going to see exactly how we do it. I think that's such a rewarding. It's such a cool niche to be in.
And the live format too is like you can be in the chat asking questions.
Right. Yeah, you don't have to wait and leave a comment and wait like 24 hours to possibly hear back.
Yeah.
You're right there
and speaking of which, like that live format, so like I said, I work with a lot of new painters. Yvonne is a friend of mine. She's a brand new painter, and she's been bugging me a lot lately. Like, okay, teach me how you do skin, please teach. So I'm gonna set up a stream with her again. She was with me on the day one stream of this challenge, but she wants to learn specifically like how to do skin. So that will be in the pipeline at some point.
Especially
Daniel,
because of the lockdown, like being able to connect and see how to do something, take you through a process where you would normally do it at your LGS. I think that's really good.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Daniel Sprinkle, super fun. There's there's the Mrs. Play Painted.
Hey, happy anniversary, man.
Oh, thank you.
Ours is coming up too. What a coincidence.
Yeah. Oh, is it in July also?
Yeah, it's July also. Yeah.
Awesome.
Couple days. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun day. We went to a it was basically a drive-through farmers market that they had set up. So they took over this giant parking lot and just set up all the the stands that you would normally go to, and you just drive your car around. It was fun. So here's Brady. He's working on that Catachan kernel, which we'll go look at photos for that.
Model.
Yeah, that's a crazy cool model. More dicey there. Talking about Hero Quest. Everybody loves that game. Great game.
And then a lot of us started.
Yeah.
I remember that. Right. You know what? I think Hero Quest was the first board game that I played where I realized like it was also a very light role-playing game, and it was a miniatures game.
Yeah.
Because you had like the shelves and you had the little figures. I think that's one of the very, very first things that I remember informing my love of collecting miniatures and seeing them like adventure in a dungeon together.
Sure. Yeah, and that game still holds up too.
It does. People
bring it out like, oh no, Hero Quest. Yeah, I'm in. I'll play. Like it's such a fun game. Dicey's new logo is awesome.
Yeah, it looks like him.
Okay, let's move over. Let's start looking at let's go to week 2 pictures. Sure. Do you want to do week 1 since you didn't do week 1, or do you want to just move to week 2?
We could just like skim through week 1 if you want.
Yeah, okay.
Like
let's do a quick just to see like overview of some of the projects. Let me Whoa. So we'll go fast though.
We'll go fast. Yeah.
All right. So we talked about Darth Torlin. So this
Oh yeah,
is
Void Captain Bazooka.
Void Captain Bazooka, and he has this robot kit that he's been working on.
Yeah, his Man of
Uh,
Iron.
He got extra parts for his kit. I'm spoiling the story here, but yeah. Here's the
Oh
new
my
the
goodness.
studio. That's where it started.
Yeah, it's blown up since then. It's gotten a lot more disorganized again. I'm pulling things out of bins and trying to replace them in different places. So
Man,
it's
that's
coming
such a good
together.
working space, though.
It is.
That
You know,
is-
the guy that owned this place before, he had this place set up as a workshop. There's like these giant lights you could kind of see in the corner there above overhead. So I've got
Yep.
beautiful like bright daylight lamps all the time. There's like electric outlets everywhere. He had a whole workshop going.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a dream for me one day. Where I live, though, the property, I'm not that rich. I need to paint more.
No.
Let's see. More Darth Torlin. Oh, Scragfist. Okay, so this is a Scragfist working on this. This looks like some sort of chaos. This is a champion or sergeant, right? Or is this
I think it's a flesh terrors. If you look at that bottom picture, it's got that buzz saw with the drop of blood in it.
Oh
and-
yeah, there it is.
But you know, I was looking through the other day because I wanted to see what his project was. I don't think I know what his entire project for the month was, because I think I see some pictures of his later that show like a squad getting done. But yeah, no, it's good. I love the Blood Angels and the conversion bit there on the shoulder.
Nice. Relatos
Wow, what is that?
doing Wargamer.
Terrain crate and
Oh, these are fun. Have you ever worked with these terrain crate? I've got a bunch of that on my desk right now.
okay.
Those are
They're
from
just
Mantic.
like barrels and crates. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
seen those Gungeon debris.
Yeah, they're super cool. I use them for Guild Ball terrain because they're great Guild Ball terrain.
Great.
But it looks like he's got
Oh yeah,
he's
those
got
are
a
Aeronautica.
few different. It's kind of like a hodgepodge of projects he's got.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, it's exciting. Oh, I love this. So he's doing some Microsoft Paint to work on his color scheme.
That's
Here's
great.
the start of the Dicey Warband. Super cool.
That's that terrain
That
crate.
just
Oh,
gets
man,
better
look at
because
that.
he starts doing conversions and it starts getting cool. Oh, look at
Oh,
this.
yeah.
Wow, that escalated quickly.
Yeah. It went from like nothing from the box to that, and the other one from like just black
Yeah.
primer to fully done up.
Wow. Yeah,
That's terrific.
that
Yeah.
was fast. Okay, Ultramarines painter.
Mhm.
It's like we've got another
Yeah,
Death
he
Guard
had a
there.
Death Guard. Yeah.
I like that. I like the color scheme. I like that lighter
Mhm.
color. And we got looks like Blade Wolf is catching up. He's like, I need more photos in my section, so he's uploading right
Nice.
now. Thank you, sir. We got Jam Jar, who's
Yep,
not
doing his
sure-
Slaves of Darkness starter set.
Oh, fun.
Bunch of Chaos Knights and some monsters.
Here's those kits built.
Yep.
That's fun. Great. More weapons for Darth Torlin's Gaslands. Very fun. Finish
Yeah,
it.
that's
Okay,
the-
this is
that color scheme is the original Legion colors for the Death Guard. That bone color armor with the green shoulder pads and green knee pads.
it's so nice. I like that it's just so sharp.
Yeah.
And it's
And
still
then, yeah.
the colors are still kind of give you that sickly theme in there, but it's nice and clean. Here's Marshy.
Yep, Marshy's doing Astro Claws.
Look
I had a
at
good
that.
chat with him in the voice chat today.
I like this
he
kind of
had-
heresy pattern. That's cool.
Yep. Yeah, silver with bits of blue and gold as spot colors. And especially if you hit them with a sepia wash, give them a little bit of a color to represent oil or grease or grime or battlefield damage, those look real nice. Or you can take them in the opposite direction, give them a blue glaze and make them look like parade ground ready.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah,
They're just
it
so
gives them-
nice and clean at this stage. Like you
Yeah,
could decide whichever way you want to go there.
yeah, you can go parade or dirty, grimy.
So here's a little bit more Batman. This is Talia al Ghul, and then Bronze Tiger. So I actually used bronze paints. I don't know. I just wanted to do that.
Cool.
Scrag Fist. So I'm
Assault
not.
intercessors. So yeah, Primaris.
Yeah, I'm not sure what chapter this is though. Right? Is this Blood Angels? That looks
That's
like
Blood
a Blood
Angels. Yeah,
Angel.
there's that winged blood drop. Yeah.
Cool. And here we go.
Ultramarines. Nice. I like
Like
that.
this.
It's highlighting.
Yeah. That's really sharp. There's Dicey priming.
Dicey.
We'll get to more of his stuff. We'll get to more Gaslands. Magenta Squid. Okay, haven't seen this project yet. Looks like
Yeah,
you
that's
got
Victor
Albertiers
Erickson.
there. Oh, okay. No, we saw some of the support pieces
Mhm.
earlier.
Yeah, he was talking about building up that Hellblaster volley gun and the cannon. Whoa, look at
Nice.
that.
Aeronautica Tau.
Yeah, I like that color scheme.
I need to paint more in this scale, or I need to paint more outside of the 20, 28, 32 scale.
Yeah.
Super fun. More Gaslands. This thing just gets better every time we look at it.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a different
It's like
one.
we're fast forwarding through time.
Yeah.
Nice.
And okay, and here Void Captain has got arms back on these.
Okay.
Gun in a chain. Here's what some of that tray looked like before. This is actually from the core box before I finished that tray. Ultramarines painter's got a
Dark Angels too? Wow.
Yep, Dark Angels. Huh. So tiny little, wow.
Cut from a watch part. That's great.
Wow. That's fun. More jam jar stuff. I'm looking for, okay, we haven't seen anything from Moffat yet.
Yeah.
So this is an old school metal Terminator squad. I like the old Bulldog style helmets, the Librarian.
That one in the center almost looks like Abaddon, the head.
Yeah, and very similar pose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I love those old school chunky metal figures.
And he wasn't working on this today. I think he was working on the Intercessors today.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, let's move to week 2. And I'm back up. So more catch up here. Whoa. Okay. That was on the Play It Painted channel. So was that? See, we can skip the stuff that we've cross shared here. That guy reminds me of like Emperor's Champion, old school.
Yeah, walking forward, holding the sword up.
Mm-hmm.
Aeronautica and Sisters of Battle.
Sisters of Battle. So you got
that's
some.
What I was wondering what those figures were. They're
You got some Repentia.
Or Repentia.
Yeah. Cool. Some close up on the dicey stuff. Let's close up on here. So here's War Boss Tay.
Oh man, I look great.
There's Void Captain Bazooka. I'm not sure if I don't know if I recognize all of them. This is Kreesa.
I love that guy with the Bretonnian helmet in the back. It's ridiculous.
I want to say, is that, I don't know which character, which personality that is. I'm sure somebody's screaming at me in a chat section somewhere for not getting it right. Sorry, guys. All right, we got some Kingdom Death from yourself here.
Oh yeah, I remember that guy.
I love the textures on these.
Yeah, those sculpts are just fantastic.
I had a Kingdom Death 1.5 like a year ago, painted about half of it, and I felt so bad that it wasn't being played that I sold it like 2 months ago.
Oh, man.
I painted a fair bit of it, and it was like super nice. And I'm like, it just hurts that I can't play this. Hey, what's up, Jam Jar? Welcome to the feed. We're just
Jam
looking at
Jam!
we're looking at all your stuff, man. We're looking at the Warboss
doing
stuff
a-
here.
Yeah, inspection, seeing what everyone's
I-
been doing.
I love this. I love how you're doing Bone, because you
Oh,
give
thank you.
Bone. If you look at like most people doing Bone, and myself included, it's just sort of like a base coat and then a wash and then maybe a little edge highlight, and that's about it. That's what we do for
Mhm.
Bone. But you've got a lot of there's a lot of texture in here.
Yeah, it was easy
Right,
because the sculpt has like a lot of nicks in it naturally. It's sculpted that way. So after I gave
Yeah.
it that wash, and I was thinking, how do I build it back up? Well, I know I want to leave these shadows, but then I also want to add the illusion that it's a hard, almost dusty surface. So you
Yeah.
do those diagonal highlights to raise up the color. And I tried to focus it more like on where the edge of the blade would be, and then where the head of the axe meets the handle part. So yeah, I'm real pleased with how I was able to figure out how I like to do Bone.
Yeah, that is really cool. This
Thank
guy
you.
here, that's just the other shot of him. More dicey. So he's been killing it lately. Like,
Yeah,
usually
he's been
on his
good.
streams, it's our goal in the chat to make sure he doesn't hobby, because it's funnier to us. Like, we'll just distract him with endless comments, and then he barely gets anything done. But during this challenge, he's been like, nope, and he can. He's been able to just really put the pedal down and get a lot of good work done in here. So these guys,
That's
they're
great.
looking really sharp.
Yeah.
I'm trying to read this
End
the front
times.
banner here. End time is near.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yay, man, more Mythic Battles Pantheon. Future Veteran Sergeant from Ultramarines Painter.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, here's oh no, this is a different project from Void Captain Bazooka.
Yeah, I do remember those. He was doing a Black Shield squad of Black Shields.
Cool. All right, more Jam Jar stuff. Getting some of the early coats down on the mount here.
Yep.
Oh wow. Okay, cool. See how that's going. We already looked at that one. Okay, so he converted Panda to just put a giant panda head.
A giant panda.
That was awesome. I guess he
That's
took
great.
one of his kids' pandas toys and then replicated it with green stuff in Instamold, and then created
Okay,
that.
so that's what that is. Yeah. That's very creative. Very strange, but very creative.
That's awesome.
Yeah. You could tell what it is just immediately looking at it. Good job with that sculpt. That's really great.
Nice stuff. Here's Daniel Sprinkle. Okay, so some of these updates, you get the beginning of the project, and we may miss a few days, and then bam, you're back into it, and you're like, okay, base coats, bam, the whole unit here.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know. Does he play bolt action, or is it? I mean,
I'm not sure. I don't remember if I heard him say if he plays them or not.
I mean, this is definitely. I'm assuming this is bolt action.
Yeah, it is.
There aren't too many other war games in that category. That bolt action is a game that I'm legitimately terrified of, because
why is that?
Because every time I see it on the being played locally or on the board, I'm like, I need to build an army right now and play it. So I just do the wise thing and I just keep moving. They're like, hey, have you seen this bolt action? Yeah, I love that game. I don't want to look at it, and I just keep moving because I don't want to get into that.
Don't tempt me.
Yeah.
Don't let me get into it.
All right, some more marshy stuff. I don't know who's my favorite here. This guy, Plasma Guy in the Heresy pattern is pretty cool.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these guys are looking pretty slick. Might be time for that color shift paints if you've got them. They're so fun. Have you tried those yet?
No, I haven't.
Oh, they're so fun.
You can do it
don't,
with a paintbrush, or do you need
Yeah.
a? Okay. I
No, yeah.
thought you only needed an airbrush.
It's the effect is slightly different when you brush them versus airbrushing them, but
Yeah.
you still get the color shift.
Okay.
Oh, your Star Priest is undercoated now. Thanks, Jamjar. Okay, so it looks like he's kind of cut his
Yeah, he did
his
like a
photos in with
vision-
the
Yeah, he did a vision board,
wow.
a collage of things that inspired him, and that's going to kind of keep him on the track that he wants to go down. And I think that's I think I talked about it in one of my streams, but I highly suggest if you've got any of your people listening that you have that available. I think Marshy went above and beyond by making it a collage like this, but even
Yeah.
if you have a white dwarf or you have the pictures on your laptop that you can reference, you want to see where your end post is. And you got to remind yourself sometimes when you're painting, like what are you working towards? Because if you're only looking at what you're doing immediately right in front of you, you might not get the full picture. You might lose motivation. But then when you see something like this, where it's like, oh, I get it. This is what I love about the look of this model.
Yeah.
Then it'll keep you focused. It'll keep you on track.
That's cool. I mean, these are nice tools for, again, just objective setting. It's such an it's so weird. So you did a video where you went through a visualization exercise.
Oh yeah.
That helps you complete miniatures. And I got to be honest with you, my painting style is very different. I go at it and kind of flow. I just kind of decide how I'm going to go. But there are specific projects where I need a super clear vision, where I know I'm going to employ that. I have some of those projects coming up, in fact. So really cool videos. One of my favorite videos that you put out in a while actually is with that visualization exercise. Really cool.
Yeah, thank you. I with that one, I think a lot of us just kind of not just go with the flow like you, where we're able to build on what we've done. But I think the trouble some of us have is that we go with the flow, but then soon we peter out of that motivation, where we feel like I was going with it, but I don't know if I like what I have. And I'm I don't really feel like going back and redoing some of these steps. And it's like, I don't know where I'm going. And that's been what happened to me with so many projects. So
yeah, I hear that a lot too from painters that get frustrated and they're like, I started painting this guy's arm and it needed to be perfect and I didn't like what I had, so I quit. And I was like, wait, whoa, don't do that, right? But if they had they visualized the entire model, had they gone through that exercise, maybe the outcome would have been different. Hey, good morning, Dicey. He made it.
Hey, Dicey. It's just that visualization thing. It's just one tool, because there have been models where I don't know what I'm doing and I just start, and then it's like that you put on one color and that leads to the next, and like you intuitively just find your way. Yeah, you just kind of build. You just kind of build your way. I think though, when you're painting an army, you definitely want to have a much clearer goal for what they should look like at the end. And the great thing is that there's no right or wrong way to do any of this. You find what works for you. You find whatever works best for you to finish what you're doing. Right. Different motivators. Week 3 is good for that. Okay. These 2 weeks, Jamjar, Warboss Tay said it, like, these are going to be some of the more challenging weeks because, you're trying to keep motivated, and you may be, knee deep in your project, and you can start to feel some fatigue setting in. So strategies to get you around fatigue are going to be very handy. For example, I take a break and paint Batman miniatures. That's one of the things I do, and a Mandalorian occasionally. Even just taking like a break and just going outside and getting some fresh air, or turning on the TV, or just putting the hobby aside, even if you're not
Yeah.
on track, because you don't want to stress yourself out if you need to step away so that you don't go crazy. Then that's what the whole point of the challenge is. You finish something that you can be proud of, that you accomplish whatever goal you have. And if that goal needs to change, you need to bring that goal post a little bit closer to where you are. Do it so that you can win. I want everybody to win.
Yeah. And the other thing too is you can get inspiration from just being away for a while. Like you're sharing those pictures that you had from your Greece trip, right? And so
right.
I want to show. So that actually helped me. I was doing something really boring the other day because there's some columns and stuff as part of this project. I know it's a tiny little corner there. But I looked at some of those pictures and just how the light makes the columns, they can look green or brown or even or yellow in different lighting. And I just started to play around with these and that helped me get them to a point where I was happy with them. So
that's amazing.
It's just weird stuff like that. The gargoyle on Batwoman here is definitely way outside of the color palette I normally use for stone. But it's it's just, you take a break from stuff, you look at something else, and it's all good, right? You just the point is like you're saying, you want everybody to win, and there's just people's motivation is going to come from a lot of different sources. So
and the worst, I think, for everybody who is dealing with it, the worst thing to do is to get frustrated, is to frustrate the people you're living with, is to lose your motivation and to just like not even want to paint anymore. Like when you feel yourself getting to that murky void, then that's when I would want you to just stop, do something else, put it aside, pick up the project 2 months later. Like don't let it consume you to the point where you have to film or you have to post every single day, and you feel that pressure taking away sleep or family time. Or you know what, balance, and the art will be there. The miniatures aren't going to go away. They're not going to disappear at the end of the month if you're not posting every day. So you do what works for you to keep you healthy and in a creative, artistic mindset.
No, well said.
Thanks.
Cool. All right. Oh man, that blue, this color scheme is so nice.
Yeah.
That blue and that kind of warm gold.
Yeah, I love that.
I've been getting back into standard metallics recently.
Okay.
Mainly because of Color Shift paints and Turbo Dork. Because those hit our LGS, and we've just been using those in like basically everything now.
Yeah.
So those are looking really nice. There's the rest of the army. So we've got some we call them hero shots, right? These are the hero shots when you get that far away.
There is nothing like a ranked up Empire army. I think the Empire figures are so beautiful.
Yeah.
Like seeing men in the colors of and all across the board, like that, ranked up, lined up with their weapons, like all pointing the same direction, and that uniform look. Oh, it's just so great.
Now, have you seen A Song of Ice and Fire, the miniatures game?
My lady boss bought me the core set 2 years ago for Christmas.
Nice.
And she bought me the Lannister heroes and the Stark heroes, and I haven't even opened it because back in our old space we had no room to play. We had I wasn't really painting, and so that's definitely something I want to do. But they're just so great. They're so beautiful.
Oh man, I army like rank and file painting does kind of hurt my soul a little bit, but sometimes it's worth it, right? You bite it, you jump into projects. Maybe we do a December painting challenge or something.
Yeah.
And try to crank out. No pressure. No pressure.
Don't worry. You know what it starts with? It starts with one squad. All you need is one squad that you can get done up to a level you like, and then just line them up. And seeing 10 guys ranked up in 2 ranks, all pointing the same direction, with square bases, all like a little block. That's all it takes.
So Jamjar, oh, he wants to know whose project this is. Who's this? Victor Erickson?
That's Victor Erickson, yeah.
Yeah.
His Smalan theme army.
Very cool.
Yeah.
This is what I did yesterday. We saw those. This is Dicey's update from earlier today. So this is what Dicey and David Moffett finished earlier.
I was listening to the stream when he was like, okay, let me take some pictures so I could post it.
Love the Blanca.
That's funny.
The bazooka in the back is great.
Yeah.
I think it says the end is, I can't read that last word here.
Yeah, it's the fold of the parchment.
Yeah.
It looks like end time something.
End time is something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Dicey, you're in chat. What is that? What does that banner read? We'll see. And then here's that Terminator squad. When Terminator
David
squads are
Moffat's
just primed like this, I just assume it's all Deathwing. That is definitely going to be Deathwing from there. I know
that's
it's not.
Occam's razor.
Yeah.
If you see a group of Terminators just primed, then they're Deathwing.
Oh, he's saying end time is here. Got it. Cool.
End
Thanks,
time
buddy.
is here. Got it. Yeah.
All right. And that is the end of week 2. Is there, we can go to Hobbiton. There's some cool, just kind of cool shots, inspiring things in here. We'll go through this.
Yeah,
quick.
I didn't know what to put in Hobbiton, and I was like, I'm just gonna put whatever. Anything that helps you feel like motivated, pictures, or even if you want to write like quotes or anything. I don't really know what to do for Hobbiton because it's just kind of like an extra space. But I didn't want it. I wanted something, and
that was.
Yeah.
Darth Torlin asked me, he's like, what other channels do we put in? And I said, should there be one for Hobbiton, not knowing what you did? And I think he just made it. Like, I don't know. What do you put in Hobbiton?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, so just anything.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah. And I was like, well, you can't have a Warboss Tay place without a Hobbiton in it.
That's right.
Even though we don't know.
That's what we're all fighting for. It's our mythical, it's like our Xanadu. It's like our it's a mythical place where just creativity and artistry abound, and we just psychically gather there and we pool our energy to carry us through our projects.
But there is really some really cool stuff to look in here. Like this looks like a Biltan.
Yeah.
Oh, Biltan host here.
Yep.
Oh man.
That was a commission I did a while back. And
wow.
I think that was one of the last things was like, I want to do a tutorial on doing these freehand vines.
Very cool.
Ooh.
Yeah,
and that's when I learned about doing the.
How long did that take to do?
Oh, the freehand vines was not long at all. Not long at all. It was. It took longer for me to actually highlight all of the armor plates.
Okay.
But basically, all you're doing is you're taking a pen, or you could use a brush. But I found using a 0.001 micron pen in black was way better for me because I could control the line. And then I just made the pattern, and then I brushed it with Abaddon black and a thin brush, and then I highlighted Mechanicum standard gray, certain areas of the vine where I wanted it to look a little bit like it was glowing, and then. Yeah, and the thorns, which I thought were going to be really hard, were so easy. You just make like a straight perpendicular line to the vine, and then you just create the triangle from the center. So once I figured out how to do it, I just went wild with the thorns. I think it's probably way too many thorns. Going back, I probably wouldn't do that much.
Nah, it looks great.
But it's real pokey.
Nice. Little Death Guard Breacher.
Yep.
Love the
original
love the old
color scheme.
The weathering there. Yeah.
Yeah.
The rust effect. That's fun. Got some Kingdom Death.
Mm-hmm.
This was I did not get to this model. I did not paint one of those. It was super fun.
The Watcher. Yeah.
Yeah. And then just some like inspirational photos. Oh, that's a really cool photo there. Little Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if I'm looking to see if there are other miniatures. This is right before the challenge. I did what I called my warning shot,
Oh
where I just go in and just hit a bunch of models and
Hit
go
whatever you can,
bam.
right? Yeah.
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 That will just get me started because, like you said, like just getting that little clean spot down in that corner there.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can get going.
That's great. That looks like it's from an Osprey book.
This looks like it looks like something from Hail Caesar, like one of those games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So this model was super cool. Most recently we did what's it called, Juvenile Red Dragon Paint Day, and so we got these limited edition red dragons, and we so locally, and we did this during COVID, so we painted all these outside, and my airbrush just kept failing the whole day. It was that part of the day was pretty miserable. I had to get everybody up and primed, and my airbrush just kept dying on me. And I'm like, I promise you, I know how to run this. It's 90 degrees outside. Everything's drying.
Yeah, right.
But finally got around to working on my dragon a bit. There's a mix of brushed on color shift paints and airbrush color shift paints, and you can kind of see here on the neck that you can see some of the color shift going on there. And one of the downsides to color shift is it doesn't photograph very impressively. So you just kind of have to accept that. Like you need it kind of on video and turning it around and so forth. Fabulous old metal Fabulous Bill from Sprinkle here. I don't know what. Oh, so I get it now. It took me a minute. To get the reference. Fabulous Bill.
Yep.
Loving the purple there on Fabulous Bill.
Yeah.
That's one of the old school.
Yeah.
This was cool.
I love
that. Bag End, basically. I guess that's.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is officially Bag End, but it's a Hobbit house of some sort.
I really hope he paints that up. That is so awesome.
That's just awesome.
It's all handmade from scratch.
It's the best when you have a guy like that in your gaming group, and then you have a painter.
Yeah.
Because that guy will build this. He'll hand it off to the painter. You'll have it on your table in a couple of weeks. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Nice. I forget. I don't even. What are these called again? Obliterators, or what are these?
Those are. I don't remember. I think obliterator. I thought obliterators were the.
I thought obliterators have all the different weapons. Okay.
That's like a Chaos Dreadnought, right? He's got close combat and the multi-melta.
Chat, we're failing on our 40K stuff.
Yeah, I don't remember what that guy was.
It's cool looking. Ooh, what's this? Is this Gaslands also? Or no, he's working on a. Oh no, it's Gaslands. There's more than one person working on Gaslands.
Wow. Yeah.
Did he print these parts?
Huh.
Where did he get those? Those are cool. May the holy airbrush help me. I like that. Okay, that's what we got there. Cool. Real quick, I don't know if you have to go or not, but real quick, there were some other people were throwing in pictures while we weren't looking.
I saw. Here we go. Yeah, let's
real
check
quick.
Them, let's check them out.
So we got some more Blade Wolf stuff. Is this Arena? Yeah, these look like Arena Rex.
I like the gloss on that shield.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real cool.
Work there. we gotta play that, Sean. It's been a while. I try to break out Arena Rex at least once a year. That game has crazy nice models, but they're expensive. But they're very nice. Oh, Dicey Guy corrected us. Crimson Slaughter it's a Hellbrute. Gotcha. Thank you, sir.
That's right, Hellbrute. Yeah. Hellbrute.
Okay, I really
And the
like
Crimson Slaughter. You know what the Crimson Slaughter reminds me of? They remind me of like some trendy boy band that came out after Backstreet Boys and NSYNC, and they were just they're just like trying to break in, like, hey, we're the Crimson Slaughter. You guys dig this, right? We got
they're like
mutation.
the tough guy version of
Yeah.
the boy band.
They're like, oh no, Crimson Slaughter, what are you doing? It should have been Black Legion, or they should have. You've got so many great legions. Why did you have to make like a whole new Chaos Army? I guess they wanted to paint red. They couldn't. They couldn't do World Eaters. They had to come up with a whole new group.
Yeah, it was. They were next in line behind the World Eaters when they were naming their chapter and they're picking their colors.
Right.
Like, oh man, and they had to come up with that real quick.
We wanted to be the World Eaters. What are we gonna call ourselves? Well, I guess we've got all this red armor on. And we like to slaughter things. So what's a fancy word for red? It will be Crimson Slaughter.
That's canon now. We've decided. That's exactly how that went down. Oh man.
Games
Okay.
Workshop, hire me. I'm available to write your codexes.
So, so yeah, I haven't seen these Arena Rex miniatures. I guess it's been a while since I've painted them, but so these are from basically the Egyptian faction, and they have this cool mechanic where when the gladiator dies, it grants an ability to the other gladiators, or it gets to do something really cool at the end, because they're it's kind of like I guess they're working with the underworld to get some of their the afterlife, really, to get some of their special abilities.
What
I think
else, hero?
This is a Wood Elf character. Nice blade there. I like the little detail down here.
Yeah, I love that Games Workshop is taken to painting those little things in completely weird, different colors, so they stand out. They're not painting them like, greens or browns. Like, they want you to see them. So I like what he did there.
So when you one of my favorite things to do when I'm painting like elves, especially wood elves, is I like to pick a season and paint them in that season. So I've done winter, autumn, summer, that kind of thing. Super fun.
Then my favorite would be like spring, because then you can really play with the different greens. Yeah,
you can get super bright with with spring.
Yeah, I love doing that though, all seasons. Yep.
This is a genie miniature from Reaper, and so our LGS we do what is called a mini of the month, which is it's really more like a mini of the quarter. So what we do as part of our miniature club is the store will take a miniature and they'll put it on sale. Like they'll put it like 25% off. And your goal is you get usually about 2 months to do it. So you paint up, everybody paints up their copy of the miniature, and then we all bring them back to the store at a certain date. The store will photograph everybody's miniatures, and we get to look at what everybody else did with the same canvas, essentially.
Yeah.
And then when you pick it up, the store would give you another free miniature on top of that. It's so much fun. It's so cool. And I wish that everybody had a way to participate in this. I don't know. I mean, if our community ever got active enough, I might even be willing to just offer to buy a bunch and ship some out.
I was just thinking, like, how do we get everybody the same canvas to work on?
Right. But maybe we do a like once a year. We'll do that. I can pick, because I work pretty closely with this store on picking the miniatures of the month and stuff. So if I see one that I think is super cool, maybe we'll throw it out there like, hey, who would be interested in participating in this? And I'll talk to the owners too. They might even be willing to, if there was a way that I guess people would have to ship their minis in, but maybe we could ship out the free mini with it.
Yeah.
If
Let's
we
keep
decide
trying
to
to
do that.
brainstorm and think about that, because that does sound different.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's ever done anything like that. That would be pretty cool.
And the miniatures are usually very fun. I get to pick them like half the time too. So
Yeah.
So hopefully I have good taste. We'll see. All right, Zaina is still moving along on her journey. Okay, so now she's gone past the washes, and now we're doing some base coats, and looks like some of the first accent colors here.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. So she's really, you can see the artwork here. It's got a little bit of a pale blue.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot more brown, but she's really working blue green. She's kind of brought, shifted the palette over just slightly, and it looks nice.
Yeah.
Wow, man, it's just I'm sorry, but I love it when, like, again, new painter jumping in, like she's like, I'm gonna do. She's also, by the way, a new mom. So like, how do you do that, right? She's working.
Yeah.
So she's she's the full-time mom, and then when she has time in the evening when baby's sleeping, she'll get up and paint.
That is the
stuff like
ultimate
this.
time management.
Yeah, like I don't even know how you do that. There's I guess that's a different Plague Marine. Those are fun. I like the blade there. And then what's this guy? Oh, that's
from
the
That's from the limited edition board game Games Workshop came out with. It's kind of like Beastmen versus Beastmen. The cover is like a Beastman with he's like going, and he's got some kind of mask thing. I forgot what it's called. Beast Grove or Beast Grave or something.
Beast Grave.
I saw it. Beast Grave.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it. And you got that guy and another limited edition character model. That's like I think it's like a shaman. Yeah. Those are the only things I like about that game. Like that box set, I want to pick those up and paint them, but I don't think you can get them separately.
Dicey's cheering on Zaina. You go, Supermom. Beast Grave.
Beast Grave.
Thanks, John. Awesome. Great. Well, thanks everybody for updating your stuff. Yeah, I don't know. All you gotta say is blown away by everybody's progress, and man, this has been a lot of fun, and I love that we have these tools now where we can go through and get together and look at all this stuff together.
Yeah, Discord is
cool.
awesome. Yep.
Yes. So I'm gonna just do some highlighting, but we're gonna hang out for a little bit. We still have the chat open. We're working on, I forget, I want to say this is Artemis, but I don't know. But yeah, so she has some of that color shift on here, but I don't think you can really pick that up. It's like really hard to pick that up on camera.
I gotta say, it was a pleasure, Play It Painted. Thank you for inviting me onto the stream tonight for your.
Yeah, definitely.
Is this your day 14 stream?
This is my day 14 stream.
Oh, nice. I have to finish filming mine. I did a bunch of little videos throughout the day. I did my Annex appreciation video. I'm wrapping up Jam Jar's appreciation video. I've got yours like already plotted out, and there's just been so much going on in my little studio, and yeah, but I had so much fun. Thank you for having me on. Yeah,
no problem, and I hope we can do it again. And yeah, I'm just excited to continue on, and we're just, on behalf of everybody here, and I know you guys in the chat will agree with me, welcome back. We're so happy that you're back.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so glad to be back. And this project was just seeing everybody, the old people, the new people, and seeing your projects is like been so great. And I feel like rejuvenated. And this new space I'm in, having such a supportive community out there. It's fantastic. I love it. I love this. I love this hobby. I love sharing the hobby with everyone. I love having other people like feed their own excitement with and creativity with what I'm doing. It's like this great big worldwide community, and I'm just glad to be a part of it. So yeah, thank you.
Cool. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, so you're going to call it. I'm going to stay on for probably just another 10, 15 just to wrap these up. So if you guys
All right,
have any.
have fun, guys. Happy
All right.
painting. See you in the next one.
All right. Take care, buddy. See ya.
Yep.
All right. Good stream. Okay, guys. So yeah, I'm just gonna finish wrapping her up. If you guys have any other questions or comments or anything like that, very fun to have the war boss come hang out with us on our stream here, and have a look at your projects. So yeah, I don't know. It's going to be so cool to see like everybody's projects coming to life, and we're gonna learn a lot. So just working on her. She's basically done, right? This is the best part of painting, when you basically have a completed model in front of you, and your job is just to punch it up to that level, the next exciting level here. I'm trying to think of which projects I've really been excited to see. Obviously, Dicey's is very fun to follow, just because it's a lot of the we'll call it the Dicey community for lack of a better term, and kind of following progress on some of your favorite characters on his stream. And then, like I said, I like to hop on Dicey's stream and make sure that he's not doing very much hobby. We've been failing lately in your chat. That's a good thing though, because it's super fun to see all your stuff come together. So, and you can brush on the Dicey. You can brush on the color shift, which is what I was just doing. It's in a lot of ways it's better to airbrush it on, but I also use it just as a brush on too, just to give you a little bit of extra flair there. It's funny because she's got kind of an angry face. She's kind of an angry. The other gods tend to have, the female gods tend to have more pleasant countenances, I suppose we'll say. She's a little angrier than the rest of them. She is the one in the most combat pose, I suppose, so that makes sense. I have to summon the war boss. No, actually, it was we live on the same coast here in the U.S. So and we've been talking about this for a while, that hey, we should hop on together, do a live show together. I will pat myself on the back right now and say, hey, you guys saw I kept it clean the whole stream. It's crazy, very PG. You just love talking and hanging out. It's all my hobby time. Yeah, no, it's just fun to kind of mess around like that, right? And see, if we can delay you just a little bit, so that you're reading comments and trying to figure out what's going on in your comment section. Always very fun. So yeah, I just so this is the fun part. When you get to this part in the miniature, you could be doing, so I already did the skin for the most part, but like if I wanted to, this is the part of the miniature where I would be like breaking out the oils and all that good stuff, and working with oils, working with blends, just trying to punch her up a little bit, make her a little bit more exciting. So but we're just gonna, like I said, we're gonna wrap these up really quick, and we're just gonna chill for a minute. Everybody's project has been super fun for different reasons too, right? Like I said, Dicey's has a lot of, there's just a lot of personal investment in there in the characters and watching him bring all those characters to life. Everybody kind of has what they're doing with their projects to make them personalized or to make them, just a little bit more interesting. Eddie Gonzalez, most board games with mid-level minis like Ludus Magnus, ooh, that's a fun one. Tabula have a lot of noticeable mold lines, but a really soft plastic. How much effort do you put into cleanup? My full disclosure here, Eddie, very little, very, very little. And it's bit me in the rear several times because, you want to do a good job on some of those minis, and a lot of times you won't notice mold lines until you're like already into priming and base coating. So fixing can be difficult. If it's flash, if it's something that I can get quickly with a hobby knife, I will stop mid-process of painting and just get it. But that's if you have a mold slip, and you guys know what I'm talking about by a mold slip, right? So like if this is your object here and the mold slipped and you have this gap like that, there's usually not a lot that you can do about it. And so that's where things get very unfortunate. That's where, that's the sad times, essentially. Citadel mold remover is a good tool, but soft plastic, yeah. It's like I said, if you've got a good angle and you can get a piece of mold out of the way, great, but that's just not always going to be the case. But man, Eddie, you have a huge project in your lap right now. I thought I had the biggest project in the challenge, but you have me beat, sir. I have only like 100, maybe 120 tops miniatures as part of the goal. And you have 179. That is pretty wild, man. But yeah. So let's get some tufts on these, right? So let's get our little crew of miniatures back and do the tufts and do the bases, and then we can preview what I'm going to work on next, or you guys can help me decide what I'm going to work on next. We could do that as well, right? Because, well, the choice is really, I could do some Batman minis, or I could really push on. I'm tempted to just push on and do the next 179. Yeah, Eddie has 179 minis that he built, and he's gonna go at those. I don't know if it's your goal to finish all 179 as part of the challenge, but I saw you shared 179 miniatures, so it was just, we were talking about it earlier in the stream, and how, like, me personally, I couldn't look at that. That would just break my soul too much. So even though I paint and put out a lot of miniatures, I have to pace myself to the point where I tell clients, like, yes, I'll accept your job, but I won't allow you to ship minis to me early, because that will just break my soul, right? I also tend to only take minis in groups of 8 to 10 max. Look at this, Dicey. Did you know you were in Mythic Battles Pantheon? They just snuck a Viking in here. Oh, just the Aeronautica. Still, 50 miniatures. That's an admirable goal, man. And you built 179, so still really awesome. There, here's Dicey running around in Mythic Battles. But yeah. But it's a psychological thing, right? For me, I really only want to have at the most 10 miniatures on the board, on the painting table. Doesn't mean I still have a bunch of stuff in queue behind me, but I don't like to look at it. It can be very demoralizing. In the case of this project, what's been keeping me going is filling up that tray, right? Seeing that tray get filled up with painted miniatures has just been a great thing. Dicey, what cut do you want? You want standard like green tuft, or do you want like a specific color of flower? Because I can do either. I'll give you an example. Here's a green tuft here on Sisyphus, right? You just lugging that around. Or, for example, we could do one of these. We could do one of these, like a yellow or purple or red, a red tuft of flowers for you. So you tell me. You're just doing a build-a-thon on vacation. Nice. I'll give you some examples of different color tufts here. So here's kind of purple flowers there. Actually, I want purple on our goddess as well. Let's do purple. I would have to say the two give Dicey a cactus. I can give Dicey this. This actually look pretty good on that mini. So it's a little flowery, but it's not that flowery. I'll do like that style. Grass and flowers there. Oh, you like red? Oh shoot, let's do red. Boop. Just kidding. I'll stick this on. We'll stick this on this lady here. Oh, but I like her feet. It's okay. There. I like her. She's just cool. Where are the red flowers? Gotta find it. They were just here. Dude, they're gone. Oh, here are the red flowers. Okay. Red flowers for the resident ginger. Here we go. Oh, let me put a little bit more glue on that base. But yeah, let me show you what's up next for Mythic Battles Pantheon. First, we're gonna put this on, and then I'm gonna paint all of the. There we go. See, that's fire pointing up at the fire crotch. Okay. Go. Yeah, these guys were fun. I am gonna have less time to paint tomorrow because I have a late day at work. So I'm pretty much, if I'm not 100% sure, but Yvonne and I are supposed to be painting tomorrow night on stream, and I'm going to be working. She wants to learn specifically about how I do my skin tones. So that it will be a fun one if you want to tune in. I'll probably do, even if she flakes, I will probably still do like a mini tutorial on how I handle my skin tones. And I won't, for now, I won't do the oil method because we'll say it's slightly more advanced. And I'll just stick with, I'll stick with my water-based paints for now. So if you're interested in seeing how I do my skin tones, tune in tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel. It's just a matter of figuring out what specifically I need to have prepped and ready to go. Yeah, so like I said, so Yvonne's been bugging me to show her that, but I don't know for sure if she's gonna make it, because you know, there's always a little bit of a flake factor there. Okay, I love this thing. I forget what this is called, but I love this thing, this little evil bug lady. When I saw the sculpt in gray, I thought it was really stupid looking, but now I really like it. All my cups are breaking because I've been doing too much painting. All my little shot glasses. Okay. And let's do, I love Murica Centaur. You got to have skulls all over this centaur. But yeah. Oh man, honored to have a mini with red roses there. What's Tusentak? What does that mean? I don't know if I said that correctly. Tusentak. Yeah, that guy will forever be known as Dicey Guy, because he's the only Viking in this Mythic Battles Pantheon. They are the next Kickstarter to come out is going to be Ragnarok. So, dude, you may want to look into that, because that's a lot of Vikings and Norse stuff to be painting. That'd be fun to do, like all the wintry type stuff. 1,000 thank yous. No problem, dude. I just didn't, I was like, I saw him in the tray and I was like, well, what's this? Why is there I asked it on my stream last night. I was like, what is this? And a couple of people on the stream are like, that's the promo for the Ragnarok set coming out. So cool. All right, we're gonna let these dry and let's talk about what we are gonna paint. Probably 1, maybe 2 miniatures tomorrow night. If we do, yeah, so I'm looking at skin tones. The 2 Batman miniatures I have are not going to be skin tones. So, so I've got Joker's daughter, which she does have those areas of skin tones, and you got Huntress, who has another fun, they got this fun area of skin tone to work on, but it may not be enough to show somebody skin tone, right? I wish I had done Sisyphus a little. Maybe I should have held off on this guy, because he's got plenty of cool skin tone to look at and to work with. But let's see. I could do. There's a few models that work really well here. Let me just grab them. These are basically all the humans that are left in this tray, and I don't think I know all of these, but so Aphrodite, probably the best choice if I'm going to do a skin tutorial. Look at that though. Ooh, where's my hobby knife? I'm gonna have to file that, right? Scrape this mold line out. That's a terrible mold line. You guys see that? Where did my hobby knife go? So maybe Aphrodite, because you get the most skin tone here, but that would have been disastrous, right? To have been halfway into painting this model, and then you have so I'm going to have to, and it's going to take me a little bit to clean that off, but I should be able to get it. Look at that bump, man! Look at that! Look at that! The hair going all the way down. It's kind of cool. So she's a potential. Definitely lots of skin there to deal with. We got, if we wanted to do male skin, I should ask Yvonne, does she want to do male skin or female skin? I don't know what she's painting. Male skin is, I find, way easier to do, but we could do like Orpheus, whatever, he's kind of boring. We could do, where's Nelson? Nelson could tell me who she is, but she's got a lot of skin showing. she's got a lot of skin showing. We could do her. We could do this character who I believe is Cersei. Again, pretty good amount of skin there. Or we could do Persephone, which is just a great model. I mean, if you're showing people skin and you're showing it on camera, I think we want to do one of the goddesses, right? So you guys, you can vote. You want Aphrodite or Persephone? Look at how short Aphrodite's she's kind of shorter. One of the shorter models there. You guys tell me. I'll put the, well, I'm going to leave these out here so I can base them tomorrow. Look at this cool emblem on the shield. That's pretty sweet. But yeah, so that was what, 5 miniatures, and then there's 3 left, and then this tray is done. So we've got Harley Quinn Fire Snake Juggler. I don't know. We've got, and then the other 2 models are just snacks. I don't know if they're specific snacks, but there's a danger noodle here. There's this snack, and then there's this little, another like Hydra, one head of a Hydra type water snack. Well, you got models of my girlfriend. Nice. So that, when I'm done with these 8 models, that's the end of that tray, and then it's just there's just a side tray full of beasts that I do. I think there's maybe only 6 beasts or something. Let's check, man. Actually, might as well. We're all hanging out. I'm about to go to bed soon, but let's have a look. Where's my son's? He was looking for those headphones. Yeah, there's one more tray. Oh, I don't know. Oh, there's actually a fair bit of models in here. Looks like there are 5 doggos, 6. Oh, there's 12 models after this, and they're all kind of monsters like scorpions, and there's a phoenix. Oh, there's Bellerophon. Cool. So this last bit's going to be fun. Hey, what's up, David? Yeah, so it looks like I have exactly 20 miniatures left to do. And then my challenge is done. So if I hold pace, I should be done with the formal challenge sometime or around the end of week 3. I should be finishing up these last 20 models. And then it's on to Batman and so I've got a Batman commission coming in, and then I'm working on another project. Hey, what's up? I'm working on another project that I'm working with a company that's going to be launching a Kickstarter. So they've asked me to do a review on a game. So I'll be painting those miniatures and then possibly trying to find a game locally here, somebody that can help me, navigate through the rules and start to play the game. So yeah, that's what's basically going to occupy my challenge for the rest of the month. But as you can see, we're on a good pace, and still time to pick up commissions in between working on this stuff. Yeah, this is a great. She reminds me of if you guys remember Conan the Destroyer, the not good Conan movie with Schwarzenegger in it, and had Wilt Chamberlain and Grace Jones. The Queen in that movie, she played Zod's number 2 in Superman 2. So just reminds me of her. This Persephone miniature here. Got some flash on here. So just a little, she just needs a little shave here underneath the chin. Nothing, no big deal, right? Some girls have to shave. No big deal. All good. We got to hang out with the War Boss, and we looked at all of your guys' updates. So hopefully that will give you guys some inspiration to keep posting more, because it was super fun just to go through everybody's projects and get all the commentary around your project. Okay, so you guys think, so if I end up doing a skin tutorial with Yvonne tomorrow, I'll work pretty much only on Aphrodite. Although that's not true. Because when you're working on skin, I work with glazes, so they take longer to dry. So I like to have another miniature that I'm bouncing back and forth with. So it will be this miniature, and then I'll bounce back and forth with something. Maybe I'll do, if it's skin, we could do this. We could do big skin, little skin, like that. We could do that, or we could do, or we could do little man, big woman. We could do that. He actually doesn't, Orpheus doesn't have that much skin exposed. This is actually a chest plate. He looks like, guy looks like Owen Wilson for some reason. Yeah. Gotta be wild, they wax. Yeah, so if I'm working on skin tomorrow, I will be doing that. If I'm not, if she flakes on me, I'll work on Persephone, and I'll work on probably another 4 or 5 miniatures. So similar to what we finished tonight. So you got Sword Snack Man, Spear Javelin Snack Man. I'm just naming them. I don't know what they are. You got Murica Centaur. Look at his hardcore Murica-ness with all. He's got 3 weapons, right? How much freedom does he need to display? That he has a weapon in each hand, and he's got a sling with a rock in it, and he's ready to headbutt you with his ram helmet. Like, this is the most Murica Centaur there is. We got I guess we're gonna call her Spider Lady, for lack of a better explanation. She would have been a fantastic subject for skin explanation, just because you've got skin kind of buried underneath the webbings here, and you've got different shadows of skin and that kind of thing. So you got her. She has a cool look at the backside there. So we got her. We got Sisyphus. He's really tired. He's had a date. Like, this guy just deserves to be on my desk. Like, this is inspirational. You just need to look at this guy, Master Roshi essentially carrying a rock. We've got our archer goddess here, who has some color shift on her, but it's hard to see. Hard to see on camera. But she's fun. She's got that angry face. Look at her face. She's angry. We'll call her Brave. She's basically Brave. And then finally, we got our man Dicey sneaking into the project. I don't know how to do your voice. What am I doing here? Pop the mojo. This is that's this guy. Yeah. So Dicey lives. He's part of this crew over at Mythic Battles Pantheon. All right, guys. Well, that is going to do it for tonight. Had a lot of fun hanging out with the War Boss and hanging out with you guys, getting some painting done. Always fun. Please keep up your projects, because it's inspiring all of us. And there's the reaction. I mean, this might accidentally be there are some Dicey members of this crew. That's Dicey, right? Maybe this guy here is Newbie. I don't know. Maybe this guy's Bazooka. I don't know. We're just making this up as we go along. Moffat has to do the heavy lifting, so he's that guy. I don't know. You tell me. Anyways, that's going to do it for this video. Want to thank everyone for watching. Have a good night, guys. We'll catch you on the next one.